Hi, Dale coming to you from my garage again and in the middle of my multi-part closet build. The closet build series will be coming out a bit later. I just finished attaching the back to this larger piece of the closet and I want to move it to the backyard so I can spray on a finish using my HomeRite sprayer, and I just realized I'm home alone right now and there isn't anybody to help me move it. Since I don't want to wait, I'm going to take a few minutes using scraps around my garage, make a large item dolly so that I can move it around on my own. Let me show you how I did it. Come on, let's go. I'm using leftover 5/4 oak that I had from an earlier bed frame build. I'll leave a link to that build below. I rip a couple 4-inch pieces off a scrap, cutting around a large crack. I follow that up with my crosscut sled, cutting the two pieces to 12 inches long. From the leftover bed slat, I cut two pieces at 34 3/4 inches long because that's the max I can get out of a single board. And yes, I'll leave a link to my crosscut sled build below as well. Now that all the complex cutting is done, I want to make this easier to handle and to protect my baby soft hands. I use my palm router to put a small round over on all sides of all boards. Now comes the really hard part. Align the longer board on top of the shorter board to form a corner. You want to be as absolutely as accurate as possible here. Seriously, you need to have this within 5 to 6 degrees of 90. Drill pilot holes and countersink them so the screw heads will be below the surface of the board. Make sure you leave room for the castors, so make sure to put these holes fairly wide on the board. Rinse and repeat until you have all boards connected. You should be able to complete this step in about 2 to 3 hours. The last step is to attach the castors. Make sure you use castors that are rated for whatever you plan on putting on this dolly. Hold the caster on the corner, making sure that the screws you just used to assemble the dolly are not in the way. Mark the 4 holes for the castors and then drill pilot holes. Line the caster back up over those pilot holes and drive in some screws. I'm using 1 1/4 inch Kreg Pocket-Hole screws. It's what I had on hand. This should be fine. Do the same for all 4 wheels and then mark the project completed. Okay, here it is. Turned out really easy, very easy to make. These castors that I put on, they are of really pretty good quality, probably more expensive than I should have used for something like this, but it's what I had around in the garage, so it's what I used. I'll probably go out and buy some less expensive ones in a couple of days and replace these. There are a couple of enhancements that I'll probably add to this. Let me explain what they are. First, what I'll do on each of these runners, I'll add something, maybe something like pieces of carpet or some sort of cushion or grip so that when I place items on it, they won't slide or maybe scratch. Second, I'm thinking I'll add a hook or something up front to the leading edge that I'll be able to loop a rope around, a small rope, so that as I'm pulling it forward, if I come to a bump, I'll be able to kind of lift it up to get over that bump. My garage actually has a decent little step up maybe about 1.5 inches, so I'm thinking that'll help lift that leading edge to roll things back into the garage. I'll know more after I take this out for a few spins around the neighborhood. Now all the normal stuff. Give it a big thumbs up like if you liked what you saw. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment about anything below. Maybe you saw something that you have a question on why I did it. Maybe you have a better way of doing this. And if you think it's going to help anybody else, please share the video. That helps more than I think you actually know in growing my channel. So friends, until next time, keep it classy.